I mean, you saved us. You really saved us one night.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told this story on the podcast before.
We may have, but
was
can tell it again.
That was crazy. We were driving around, just having like a pleasant drive around Bel Air somewhere.
Coldwater.
Yeah, Coldwater. And there was like, we saw 2 big ass dogs running around.
Huge German
at
Shepherds.
night.
Yeah, huge German Shepherds. It was like 12 o'clock, and I was like, oh. And you're like, you're driving past, and you're like, I gotta help the dog.
I didn't
Yeah.
see it. I didn't see it.
I know.
thought, there's an owner. There's an owner.
You
Like,
try to convince
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
you're like, someone else will deal with that,
Yes.
and you're like,
Or like
nobody
the
else will
owner
deal
is
with
here
that.
somewhere. Yeah.
And I love my dog, so if somebody found one of my dogs running around the street and called me, I'd be like, fucking kiss their feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have that level of empathy for dog owners.
And you guys could tell you have such good instincts. It was clear that those were someone's dogs.
Oh yeah,
And
they had.
you can tell.
I mean, they're beautiful dogs. They have collars.
Mm-hmm.
So I get out. I'm chasing this dog around this neighborhood at night. Oh, Shredder was in the car, by the way.
Shredder and Alfredo, right?
Which
But
made,
I thought,
yeah.
Yeah.
and you brought one of them out, and the dog
That
kinda
was bad.
snapped at Alfredo.
Because
was Shredder.
we were like, what do? We realized, okay, the 2 dogs are somebody's, and this person is not here, so like, what do we do? And then at one point we thought, can we take them with us? But we have the 2 dogs with us, and it's like, how do we get everybody to get along? Because that's a whole thing.
Yes.
And they were big, and our dogs are small. So
not
that's
worth the
another.
risk. These were giant
thing.
German Shepherds, and I know I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for this as someone that is a pit bull owner. I'm not going to generalize about dogs, but German Shepherds, if they make a mistake, there's no, there's no second chance.
Dude, I feel honestly, I feel like an idiot because I really put Shredder in danger, and I'm glad he wasn't hurt. But God, sometimes I think about it, it could have gone sideways. Because
Like,
I was
really sideways.
Yeah.
and I was petting these dogs, and I was trying to become friendly with them, and they would basically say hi and then run off. But they seemed friendly, so I was like, okay. By the way, the one thing that pissed me off the most, I finally get this dog calm enough. I get his collar. It has a
Yeah.
QR code. I'm like, these fucking assholes, a QR code.
And it was too dark, and so we couldn't catch it on
The QR
the
code on
camera
the
of the
collar?
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I'm trying to. The worst part
Yeah.
is I've got like the
Is that
light.
the new
on.
St. Bernard's barrel?
I don't know what's that.
QR. Remember, St. Bernard, the dogs that are the rescue dogs
Yeah.
that they send out?
Oh yeah, they have the little
Yeah.
stuff there.
Oh,
yeah.
the,
They have
yeah.
like water and a
Right,
Yes.
right. No, it's not like that.
dog people will
Yeah,
know.
not
We'll
like
get that.
So I was just trying to get a legible picture of the QR code at night, and after like an hour, I finally got it. And I clicked the QR code, and it goes no profile. It's like,
It didn't work or
motherfucker.
something. It was so annoying.
I don't even know what that even means. You shouldn't be asking strangers to get that close to your dog to get
Exactly.
It's so dangerous.
It was so hard to get it, and he was trying so hard. And meanwhile, our dogs are barking because they're like, "What's happening?" So I'm with them in the car. They're barking nonstop. Like we really wanted to help, and
Yeah,
that thing made it impossible.
I'm so fucking pissed at the owners because it's like, you put the collar on, it doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
I'm running around trying to catch your fucking dogs,
Yep.
and you wouldn't even put your
Just
info
put your
in the
phone
QR
number.
And you know what else pisses me off? I could have hit your dogs, and I would have had to live with that. Like that also pisses me off. Like
Yes.
your dogs are gonna die with or without me because you have no idea what you're doing, and you
Yeah.
shouldn't have these dogs. You don't know what you're doing. You know, like if
Yeah.
he had just moved into it. This is the story I got.
Okay.
It was he just moved into that house. And the dogs got out. I think it's inexcusable. If you have that much money and you live in that neighborhood, hire someone to watch your dogs.
Yeah,
or
he was
care-
like a super fucking rich.
super rich
money guy.
but one of these like VC guys where it's very unclear if the money's real or if it's Bitcoin
yeah,
or
yeah.
Ethereum or
Ryan Kavanaugh.
rupees
Yeah.
or what it is. Like it's unclear. But I can't get a hold of him. I'm calling the shelter. If by the time I call you, connect to you, if you don't call me back within like 3 or 4 hours if your dogs are missing,
Yeah.
What the fuck?
don't
3
call at all.
minutes.
Look at me. Don't call.
It should be 3 minutes.
Because I go
Yeah.
berserk. I'm like, you should, if you're like, oh my God, I've been looking everywhere,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah.
But if you're just like, oh yeah, I heard they were out, like you should know. So then I went full, not that word on him.
You bitched him out.
I just was like, what are you doing, man?
Good,
Like I was
good.
like, this better be an incredible explanation or you're not getting your dogs back. And it's nothing personal. I'm I'm killing them if I return them to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you just,
Yeah.
And so he was like, we just moved to this neighborhood and I had just rescued them and they had never been to this house and they got scared because I left. Like his explanation was pretty good. And I was like, okay, well now what are we gonna do about the fact that these dogs destroyed my garage door? Because I put them in my garage because I had to just put them somewhere for a couple hours. I didn't want to crate them in case they freaked out or tried to open the door and choke themselves or something. That happens a lot if they're scared. So the entire inside of my door is destroyed. I'll send you a picture. And then they had locked themselves in. So they were jumping, locked door.
Right.
So then I had to, I think we have a video of me smashing the windows of my garage.
yeah.
Yes.
Having to crawl in. And then I keep texting the guy. I'm like, hey, it's going to be like $2,000 to cover this. No response. He was like, I'll cover the damage, whatever. It's like $2,000 and I can't get him to respond about it.
Yeah,
And I'm
'cause-
like, I don't care. It's just more weird.
Wait, did he ever compensate you?
I don't even want to, you know what I mean?
Did he?
You know what it is? If you do that, it is your responsibility to follow up.
Yes.
But hold on.
I
Well,
don't
you're
want-
rich, so it's not your.
So y-
so
yeah,
it's
so
not-
you
doesn't
don't wanna
hit you
have
that
to,
hard.
like, chase
But
him for
did,
it.
Of
Yeah.
course, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I
but
just-
he never paid you for that. What a fucking animal.
He didn't make an effort to follow up.
What an animal.
If someone did that for my animals, I would be like, what can I do? Please tell me.
Yeah,
Here's
okay.
my
Paying off
card.
your
I'll be your
student debt.
slave for a week.
You know what I would
Yeah.
do? You know what else I would do? I would go, I will send someone out there to do the estimate. I will cut.
Right.
I won't even make you do a thing.
Dude, what a fucking piece of shit.
Did I tell you the next day his driver came and picked them up?
Oh,
Ah.
damn, dude.
This is what it was. And I remember saying to the driver, I was like, dude, I have no problem with you, but like your boss is whack. Like I remember
Yeah.
just being like, he's like, oh, he's
What'd
really
he
busy.
say?
Like you sent a driver to come get your dogs. Like it just was a bummer.
Dude, what a dick.
But I
And
feel
my-
better because they were like a bonded pair, and I'm like,
Yeah,
well, they have
they're
each other. And
two
German,
together.
German shepherds are fine when they're just with each other.
The
The-
thing was, my vibe on the dogs was that he just wanted some guard dogs because it wasn't a gated community. or
Right, 'cause it's a
anything.
big house.
And I think
yeah.
I don't think he gives a fuck about the dogs.
Yeah.
Probably the housekeepers take care of him, and he just has them there.
Or they even lived outside just as guard dogs.
Yeah, and
They
you
probably
know,
just jumped the fence.
and they were sweethearts, but the part where so basically I had exhausted all the options when I found them on the street. The QR code didn't work. I didn't know what to do, and so I was like, maybe if I bring Shredder out because he's generally really good with other dogs, then we can start making a relationship and get him in the car.
Yeah.
So that we can all go and take them with us. Because also this was a street with lots of cars, and we were afraid.
Dark.
It was
Super
super dark, and we were like, they're gonna get
No
hit.
People are going
lights.
60 miles an hour.
Yeah. And they would keep like they'll come to us and then run off, you know. So we were like, the longer we wait here, they're gonna get hit or
Yeah.
something.
And now it's blood on your hands. Now it's like I have now this is it was like 12:30 at night when you guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was fucked up, and you know, I wasn't just gonna leave him there.
And I think that's also part of the reason like that I just got in the car right away. Not only are you guys like, real friends of mine, but also I was like, I know their heart. They have such big hearts. They're gonna get their dogs killed trying to help these freaking dogs.
I almost did.
You know, I was like,
So
I
fucked up.
know you guys aren't gonna leave until someone handles this, like, and you're gonna put your dogs in danger. So
It was so scary. So I took Shredder out, and he was going towards him and doing a little sniffing, and then both these huge German Shepherds are smelling him, and then one of them goes for a nip,
Yeah.
and I picked Shredder up real fast, and I'm holding him up on my head
And
like
then
this.
I thought it got your finger.
He did. He
it
did.
did.
By the way, the guy didn't give a shit about that too. So just going back to finish my story, was that I put Shredder out to say hi, and then it was going okay, and then they started to nip at him, and they got a chunk of him, and got picked him up super fast and put him up like this, and then they started jumping. You know how
Yeah.
dogs jump off you, and I was like, dude, please God, I was so fucking
Because
scared.
the fact that they didn't bite your face,
That's- yeah.
that could have gone so many ways.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got so lucky because I was holding him like this and just walking backwards. They were running around me trying to jump at,
Yeah.
Shredder. And I was just walking slowly back to the car. Hila's window was cracked. I just threw him in the car, and I'm just so fucking lucky.
Facial scars are cool late. Like they're not cool. They're cool when you got them as a kid and have them now. It's not cool to be like in your 30s and have it be like,
Yeah.
it's gonna look cool in like 10 years. You know what I mean?
They would have killed Shredder so fast. I was just so scared. But anyway, after that happened, we were like, I don't know what to do.
But I was like, I know Whitney's always
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
with
Available
rescue.
and-
No, I always see you, you know, dealing with dogs or with rescue and stuff like that. So I was like, she's the only person I can think of, and she would know what to do. So yeah, we reached out to you, and then obviously she immediately came to get them, and that was amazing. And as soon as you got there, you knew what to do. You had the treats. You're like, come on, dogs, get in the car.
I always have like jerky in my car. I have a rope. I have a net. I have like, but I can't. I had, and I was like, okay, based on what you told me, it was so funny because it was so me. I was like, walked to the fridge, grabbed some cheddar cheese, and got in the car. Like,
Dude, they got in.
You knew exactly what to do.
They were like, fuck this. I'm going straight into her car.
Yeah.
They literally jumped in the back seat. You're like, all right, well.
Like you
they
knew them forever.
Yeah, they knew. I like I do. I'm not great with people, but I'm very good with animals.
Mhm,
Like I'm kind of like I would say I never want to say the word that would get us in trouble, and for some reason today, now that I can't,
I know.
like works in every possible scenario. Yeah.